good day, good afternoon, good evening. Are y'all ready?
Yes.
Are y'all ready for Trinity and the Triad?
Let's go.
All right, my name is Donaldra James. I am filling in for the beautiful Tamia McCray today, and we are getting ready to get it started with Trending in the Triad. First of all, thank you for tuning in. And secondly, what's the feedback on Trending in the Triad?
Man, they're loving it. I'm getting all good feedback. I love it. So keep tuning in. Remember, it is an interactive show. So remember, please send in your questions, and interact with us. Let us know what's on your mind. It's about you.
I'm gonna be real, since Friday night Trending in the Triad was live at Churchill's.
We were.
Even though I was performing.
Yes.
And I will say even though I was performing, I must say it was lit.
It was. You definitely kept the show going, so I have to say applause.
I do a little bit.
Yes, it was awesome.
But I noticed that you had some people that were on the red carpet. What did they have to say about Trending in the Triad?
Well, they loved it. They really were excited that we were out covering the Alter Ego's Get Down show. They were excited for more things that we had coming out, and they were just ready to get some more from us. So I was really excited, and they loved the backdrop and the red carpet. Everybody felt like kings and queens.
I know I did. I think I took lots of pictures in the middle of water breaks.
Right.
Most definitely.
Right.
So we're going to go ahead and we're going to keep it moving. So, in Trending in the Triad, one of the things we do is we cover various topics. One of the first things is we go into pop culture. We talk about the trending tea. Yes. And then we also roll into a business spotlight. And then we have our artist spotlight. This week, we have two fabulous men that are going to be tuning in with us. And we'll tell you a little bit more about that. But in the meantime, Zil, what's going on in pop culture, girl?
All right, so I know most of y'all checked out those BET Awards that happened. Was that Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was some pretty good moments there, but let me touch on my favorite, Remy Ma.
Yeah.
Okay, so she won, and she kind of cut out Nicki 7 Year Street for Best Female Hip Hop Artist.
Yeah. I know that kind of had some folks a little bit salty.
Just a little bit. Let me get y'all opinion on something. Y'all too, so I need y'all to comment on this. So Nicki Minaj did not show up at the BET Awards. And it was speculated that she didn't show up because she's scared of running into Remy.
Ooh. Well, maybe she knew she wasn't going to win.
Right. She knew she was going to lose.
It's true, but let me. I feel like it doesn't matter. You go there like a boss,
right?
All right? Like Wendy Williams said, you put your little boobies up, make sure you got your best outfit on, and go take the L like a woman, okay?
Ooh. Right. I mean, she's not about that life, though. You know what I mean? Nicki is pop music. She's pop culture, whereas Remy is the streets. Yeah, and she's just not about that life.
Man, I don't care about none of that. I don't do that either, but you're not going to run me out of a show. I'm so with it.
Right.
But anyway, on a serious note, though, for real, Nicki didn't show up since 2015, though.
Well,
that's the last time she showed up.
That's
so,
true,
in her defense, not that I'm taking up for her, I really don't care if they ain't signing my checks, but y'all could, though, okay? So,
right.
Like I was saying, she didn't show up since she performed with Meek Mill. I know y'all remember that in 2015.
Yeah, right.
However, the elite does not necessarily attend the BET Awards, which is why it was a big deal when Beyonce showed up last year. Because sad to say, BET Awards does not hold as much weight or credibility as other award shows.
True. So
that was interesting for me to find out. But like I said, Nicki did perform at the NBA Awards, though. She did with Drake.
Okay.
The day after, and she tweeted, she was on Instagram and saying, pretty much this is the only award show that I'll be attending. All right? This month. So I'm not necessarily mad at that.
Shade.
Either way, Remy did it though. She went, she showed out like 3 years after coming out of prison. I mean, that's a good job.
Yeah, she definitely big ups to Remy Ma. Definitely big ups to any woman coming back and setting the record straight. But I gotta give a shout out to Bruno Mars. He kind of hit that thing like wham.
Yeah,
he did. Good. He opened it up real proper.
Yeah, he definitely did.
So moving right along, we always talk about that trending tea, right?
Yes, trending.
Y'all put your hands together before we move along. Let's put your hands together for Zio and that pop culture, y'all. Can we get that? Oh my God, it was really, really good. It was quite eventful. But the trending tea is where we find out what's going on in the Triad and what's really trending on social media. Valinda,
yes.
what you got?
What you got for us?
All right. So I wanted to talk talk about this one because I really want to know your feedback, guys. So please, this is your time. Like, if you have anything to say, I really want to hear what you guys think and your feedback. So today, ladies, my trending tea is the fact that, I don't know if you guys know, but in North Carolina, there's a law. The law has been around since 1979, so a very long time, kind of. But the law says basically that if two people, man and woman, consent to have sexual intercourse at the same time,
Right.
and if the female decides, for whatever reason, or I guess the male in this case, whatever party, decides to stop, or they say stop in the middle, it is not considered rape if the other party does not consent, meaning if they don't stop. So in January, a 19-year-old girl was at a party, and was pulled, she says she was pulled into the bathroom to have sexual intercourse, at which time she consented, right?
Okay, she agreed.
Right, she agreed.
Okay.
But during the intercourse, she said it turned violent. At that point, she asked the man to stop,
Okay.
in which he did not. So she called it rape. However, when it went to court here over last week, actually, they said it's not rape because you consented to it in the first place.
Ooh.
So
They
my
got
question is, like, and I'll kind of say where the future of the bill is going, because it's really a lot of people are talking about this. So,
Right.
My question is, if you are getting it in, for lack of better terms, and you decide, like, for whatever reason, no, I'm good, like, I'm just done or whatever, and the other person says, nah, you ain't done, I ain't done. What do you like? Is it what? I don't know.
I'm almost stumped because anybody that knows me knows that I'm a women's advocate.
Right.
It's two things that concern me about that particular story. Her saying she was pulled into the bathroom.
Yeah, she did say
Pulled.
But she consented.
But she consented. So you were pulled in, but you gave consent.
That's true.
Then it turned violent. So it wasn't always violent. You when it was rolling, you were good.
Right.
You didn't like it. It got violent. Stop. Rape. It's a little convoluted, and I not only say that from a woman's perspective, it's still a little bit convoluted, even though no should mean no.
Right.
But I guess my question is, there are a lot of women out here right now that are, Tawana Broadley, a couple of years back with, I think it was Duke, claiming rape with the whole lacrosse team. That kind of brought a whole lot of attention and kind of made things a little bit different because, there are some women that were saying, hey, it was rape and I just made it up. And there are a lot of men taking heat for that. Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate. I mean, from the male's perspective,
Let it out.
I'm trying to say, it's not that easy to just stop the moment. You know what I mean?
I can understand
You can pull things away.
Gradually, you mean?
Gradually, yeah. But can you really stop the moment? Like,
That's a good
Honestly, I'm not a guy, so I don't know. But if I was a dude, I would think if I'm in the midst of something, if I done got in there just right? And then she like, nah, I'm good, stop. Or she like look real uncomfortable. I feel like my stuff would go to the
Kill you a little bit,
like,
yeah,
I don't
right.
want you either. Don't come to work. Type.
Well,
but the
some
whole
people,
rape now.
right? Is it rape? So what the court said was, and is that what you want? I want to make sure you get your.
Oh no, that's
But
it.
I don't
want
want
it.
I don't want to touch it.
No, I'm good.
Well, the court said the judge said that it's not considered rape, but because she consented in the beginning,
Right.
But because of the subsequent actions, that it could be considered another sexual crime.
I agree
Okay.
with
Maybe
Now that I
some sort
agree.
of abuse or something. However, the bill is currently in the Senate right now, trying to be revised because it's been out for a long time. So women and men, for that matter, just make sure you're ready when you're ready.
No, who you
Until
mentioned
it changes.
before
for real.
Chucky come out the blue and Jason in there, Michael Myers and all
Right.
that, and then you be like tied up in the chamber or something.
Right.
I can't
You
with
don't know
you.
what's going on.
Just be careful. Like you can't. Those spontaneous moments at a house party. Don't do that.
Right, especially with this being a college town,
Right.
That's why I'm like, a lot of people, you need to kind of be wary because, I don't know.
Practice abstinence. You won't have to worry about that.
That is true.
And you need to pray first, because you want to hope your husband not crazy, and then try that after y'all get married. No, that'd be bad.
Right.
I mean, because now there are wives that are claiming rape within the actual, not now, but it's always been a precedent.
You see what I did to Tina Turner? That was kind of rape. Like, she was in the studio, like, trying to have a business.
Yeah.
She just went up in there and took the cookies.
Right.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah.
I feel you. But I'm gonna say this much. That's a sticky topic. It is definitely a sticky topic. It's one of those things that you never know unless you're actually in that particular situation. Right. I do know that we do have some men that are in here. I mean, I'm going to ask the question off camera. What's the male perspective off camera?
I want to know.
I do too.
But I need y'all's feedback too. So somebody comment.
Right. We're asking you all. It is an interactive show. So we got some men out there. Talk to us. Let us know exactly how you feel about it. I mean, because honestly and truthfully, it's one of those. We've been pushing women's rights for so long. Right. It almost sounds as though the table is turning a little bit, right. And there are some actual men's rights that are actually being considered.
Right, and that's the big thing that a lot of people were like, oh yeah, no, that's what I heard a lot of men saying. That's what the feedback was like. Oh no, she said yeah, it's not rape. Don't try and do that because maybe she's in her feelings now or something like that, and now she wants to say it
wasn't good
or.
Probably.
You know what I mean, the way people are today. So, men, from the feedback I've seen, they were like, oh, yeah, I love it. I mean, it's cool. We're great. But at the same time, I mean, stop is stop. Whether it's a male or a female. I mean, come on.
It's essential, though, because, a lot of guys get... No, I'm not saying that. Stop me, stop, y'all. Okay? Y'all know better. Red light, bro. So
wait a minute. I think we have a comment off camera. Give it. I mean, let's get that male perspective.
Shout out to you, yo. It's not time. Come on.
Right.
Run me them comments. Go ahead.
I was gonna say when some women say stop, a lot of times it doesn't necessarily mean stop.
It means stop. Stop, like, yo, nah, take her serious. If she get mad, you stop.
And that's right. You said it. Right? That's true. That is true. No, but I will agree. Sometimes you're like, stop. Oh my God. Like,
girl, I don't do that.
So it's how you say stop.
Like,
it's how you say stop.
It's either like,
it's like stop. Then
like me, if I'm like stop, I'm like, bro, you might catch two piece to the chest. Like, bro, I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? So it depends on how she's, or like, bro. Like, please.
You got another one?
Oh yeah, I got a comment from Miss Wiggs. She said anytime if she says no, stop, and he doesn't stop, it's pretty much rape. So
right, and that's
stop being stop. You're right. I agree with that.
That's the
but that wouldn't really be rape if she consented.
That is the law.
Okay, and that's what a lot of people are saying. Once she initially established, look, I'm ready, I'm down, let's get it. I guess that's what the actual other issue is that, with you saying, yeah, I agree, then that's when the convolution comes within the actual law. I'm interested to see how this one continues to play out.
Yes, me too.
I think it's going to be one of those topics that we really have to pay attention to, especially in the state of North Carolina. North Carolina has a lot of laws
that need to be.
Did you know that it was okay to beat your wife on Sunday in the state of North Carolina? Like it's a law.
Stop playing.
A lot of you not.
That is not even real.
I'm serious. And you find this out when you start doing domestic violence trainings and things of this. There's a lot of things that are on the books in the state of North Carolina that you really need to actually pay attention to. I'm not saying to go ahead and do it, but it's one of those laws that's on the books.
Wait a minute. So you
mean
tell me
your wife or girlfriend?
No, your wife.
Yo,
that's why I ain't getting no. You know what?
Wait a minute. So you know how your parents used to threaten you? You know I'm gonna get you when we get home. So
right.
You know I'm gonna get you when it's Sunday. You know I'm gonna get you on Sunday.
It's Sunday.
No.
Yeah. It was, but it goes back. It literally goes back to the early 1900s because women were valued as property, and a lot of the laws that are in place right now go back to those same archaic principles where women were valued as property. It's not modernized. So I think in the state of North Carolina, there will be a lot of laws, a lot of legislation that will be re-looked at, especially as we go into LGBT community, especially with our women's rights, just different advocacies that's taking place.
Yeah.
All right, but it seems like we're getting ready to move right along, and it looks like we do have our business spotlight that's getting ready to come on. Can y'all put your hands together for
Welcome.
How you doing today?
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you.
Well, we want to welcome you to Trending in the Triad. But before we go any further, tell us what you do.
I am a photographer and a videographer. I like to call myself an artist because I'm very creative. And I feel like when you work with me, you'll have something different that you've never had before.
Okay.
Yes.
I haven't been privileged to work with you, but I have seen your work. And one of the things that I have noticed is that your eye. They always talk about a photographer's eye and how a photographer can capture the actual essence of their subject. I've seen quite a few people that you photographed. What was your favorite shoot, if you can go back to that?
Honestly, I could not really give you a favorite shoot. Every shoot I do is really, it's from the moment, the chemistry of, it could be an energy thing, and I'm always, I just go with what I feel, not just taking a picture. That's why it comes out just how it does.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you been shooting?
Yes, that's my question.
I've been doing this consistently for 7.5 years. It'll be 8 years in August.
Wow.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Consistency.
Yes,
that is
that's
key.
a big part. That's it's key because there were a lot of people that started with me. It's to start a dream and to keep going is it's a struggle and what you learn, and if you keep going, if you love it, you'll make it. I have two businesses. I'm a videographer as well.
Okay.
And you have to love it, and you have to know what love is. There's a lot that goes into a lot of that, and I enjoy teaching and letting people know the real, the honest truth about starting a business, and keeping up with the business.
Okay, absolutely.
Nice. So I have a question. What made you want to do photography? Like, what did you get a degree in it? Did you go to school for
I'm
it?
glad you asked that question. And I'm glad you ladies had me here today because this is the time when I finally wanted to let people really know the truth about being a photographer. You have a lot of people out here that just grab a camera. But I started because I love beauty. I love beauty and everything. And I didn't go to school for this. Not saying you shouldn't go to school, but I just I had the drive, and I said I like to do things on my own if somebody's not going to do it to the speed
Right.
of me.
Yes.
So I said, I'm not going to wait for anybody, and I always listen to my spirit. I'm in tune with myself, and people have always told me, oh, you're good at this, and I would listen. I feel like when the people are telling you to do something, signs from, I'm very spiritual, signs from God, and you should listen. And I've always listened to this day, and you get what you put in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, I heard you say you like teaching. So do you help those who are interested in the same field?
I do all the time. I mean, anybody that knows me, a lot of people know me. I'm blessed and fortunate with that. I'm not the person that likes to hide because I ask questions, and I didn't go to school for this, but everybody, you can learn from anybody. If you ask, you can pick up something. It'll be from a young person, and you add it to yours, and you put it into your style. And that's what I did, and I found a formula that worked, and it worked for both of my businesses. And I mentor, many people. I love it. It's what I love to do, and I eventually want to be a motivational speaker. So.
Okay.
Oh,
yes. You can see that. You can kind of see that in this interview. Let me ask this question. I know that you don't have a favorite shoot. What actually inspires you on a shoot? Because I've heard that you have a great energy when you're shooting your subjects. What inspires you?
Well, I prepare. A lot of things, if you use life, in whatever you do, like you have to kind of go through things. I've gone through a lot of things. I have a beautiful daughter, and when she came, I was already 6 years. She's 2 years old, and I'd already built my business. My business is my child first. You know, it was my. It's
Right.
I've been taking care of it. It takes care of me. I've been committed, consistent, and use that formula. And patient. I'm patient as well. I mean, you know, patience is a hard, you know, thing to have. But when I listen to motivational speakers every morning. You know, you have to mentally feed yourself, your mind. You have to do things for yourself, build yourself, and not focus on everybody else in the world. And I mean, that's really the honest truth. That when you focus on everybody else, other people are moving. If you focus on yourself, you won't even see everything that's happening, and you'll just keep moving forward. So,
Right.
yeah.
I agree. Yeah, that's when you're
What makes you unique? There are so many photographers that are out there.
There are a lot.
What makes you stand apart? What's your brand?
You'll probably, if you're on social media, you'll see something of me from somebody that you probably know every day.
True.
Consistently, I'm working at times that people are probably sleeping. I was grateful that I just came from the Bahamas this morning.
Oh,
yes.
you know that's my thing.
No, but this week, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see a lot of amazing. I was in the Bahamas, not Nassau, and it was an amazing experience. You know, from to be able to see the amazing, you know, just so many. I want you to see.
Did you take pictures? So you took pictures
And videos.
Oh yes.
You'll love my videos.
Is that your first international photographer?
Yes,
project?
actually, and I connected. I'm a very good networker, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, do you have, what's your, how does people get in contact with you? What is your Instagram, Facebook?
Yes, you can follow me at EB Photography, but you spell it IB as in boy, E Photography, one word. And when you see it, you probably have seen it somebody that you know. So yeah.
Nice. Nice.
What is your contact information again?
It's IBE Photography. If you want to find me on Facebook, it's IBE space Bello, BELLO.
Awesome.
Well, we want to thank you so much for coming on Trending in the Triad. And what we're going to try to make sure that we do is post some of your work on the Trending in the Triad page so that people know exactly how to find you. Thank you again,
Thank you so much.
for coming.
Hugs again.
That's awesome. Yes, we might as well, right? Hugs for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's awesome. I'm so ready for the next part.
Are you really?
Is it chime time yet?
I think it's time to chime. Is it
Here it
chime time?
Yeah.
Yes, most definitely.
Let's go. Chime time.
So, what is our chime time topic today?
So the question is, when is it a good time to allow your significant other to physically discipline your child?
When is it a good time to let
good
your
question.
significant other
We're almost sleeves up.
discipline your child? Now, let me just make sure that I clarify. This is when they are not the actual parent or when they are the parent. Just
They're
want
not
to.
the parent.
They're not the biological parent.
Okay.
I just have to make sure because you know there's always gonna be that one person going, well, my children father get off, you know.
Right. Yeah, my baby, that's okay.
So I'm gonna go last this time. No, I got some thoughts, contradicting
goodness.
feelings and things. You know,
Well,
I only got to tell he
I'm kind of in this. I mean, so I have a similar situation where I have two children and my significant other is not the biological father of my first son. However, he's been there since birth. Don't get twisted.
Oh wow.
But
Yes, dog.
as far as my significant other being able to discipline my child
Physically.
by hitting him, one, I don't let no one hit my child. That's just honestly. Even my mama know, don't do that. You gonna let you guys
Not
just
now?
talk to me? No.
Nana be laying paws.
But no, but see, but I wasn't beat like that as a child. So like we don't. It's more of a like punishment, take things away, go in time out, reflect type of thing for us. So I don't physically or myself beat my child like that. Maybe we'll talk about that. So I don't really expect him to do it. Now, if it's needed and justified,
Right.
and if it's not too dramatic, where it's
What's
like,
dramatic?
well, I mean, dramatic is like wet marks, beating, turning red, like crying.
Because I forgot I was on
Like,
live stream.
Yeah, because we not. That to me is like dramatic, and it depends on how old the child is. Too. My kids are 4 and 6, so that's why I'm saying that's dramatic. Right, they're small. So for them, a pop or like a To make them cry, that's good. I'm okay with that. But if it's too dramatic, where I think it's like over the line, then like, yeah, if it's too, roll that back, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But again, I think it kind of could depend on the child. Because if they were older and they did something disrespectful, like said something mean to their mother, and they got back smacked, I would not be upset.
Don't try it.
So
Little
I
fellas.
think it just depends.
So you think that disciplining by your significant other who's not the biological parent is based upon the age of the child?
It's okay. I think the age, and it's okay if it's not too much. Like, I think it's boundaries. Like, it's not your
Okay.
child. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
you can, what you might think is okay to hit, I might not think it's okay.
But that man has been there since birth.
So
Did Pampers, he taking care of the household, he's stepping in the areas where daddy may not. He doesn't have
Which
the
is difficult,
right
I can imagine.
to
Yeah.
Yes.
discipline your child who may be off the chain, 6. I'm not saying that yours is.
No,
we ain't
right,
talking about your
right.
baby, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
not
I
your
just
kids.
think as long as I agree with it, as long as I can agree with
I
it, it's not
understand.
over the line, then I'm okay with it.
I get
But
what
if you're doing something like back in the day, my grandma used to go make us get the switch, and you get it. Like, if it's that serious, like, no, we're not doing all of that.
Tree's
You know what I'm
coming
saying?
back
I
on
don't
the
do all
switch,
that, so I'm not gonna have nobody do that to my child. It's just
Well, my kids are grown.
okay. So yours might be different.
Mine are grown. I don't know. I mean, like real grown, like
Oh,
23,
oh.
24. They grown as all get out. So I don't have that issue. But I'm gonna be real with you. Those teenage years are
yeah.
yeah, because boys were different.
Right.
The boys. I'm not trying to be funny. You can call their daddy. He over here. He doing such and such. Not responding.
Right.
If I'm in a relationship with somebody, we've been in a relationship for a while. We're co-partnering. I cannot talk today. And my child is off the chain because they can get off the chain. Testosterone kicks in,
right,
hormone kicks in. Please help me because
I agree.
I'd rather for you to get some discipline at home
Somebody
than
put you out
a
in the
discipline
street.
out in the street. Because here's the thing. If we're doing it together, now if you're some dude that I just met
Absolutely not.
in the parking lot,
Mm-mm.
we chilling, we kicking it, we've been kicking it for 2 months or so, and you gotta put your hands on my child, we got a problem.
About 5 months,
We got a problem.
a year.
We got a problem.
Okay.
We gotta have something
Take time.
established.
I agree.
It's gotta be something established. However, now, if you've been here a year and you helping, this child needs stuff for school, you kicking it, but bruh, you can't beat them down. But you can't beat them down. No, there ain't gonna be no beating them down.
Baby
But
steps.
we can have it. You can have that strong conversation. Men can have a strong conversation.
And I agree with strong conversations. They're not
Right, a strong conversation. Well, sometimes your strong conversation might mean, let me grab that shirt right there. And
Oh, okay,
let me
well, that's
Let me
okay.
remind you exactly what you're supposed to
See, that's okay.
and where you're supposed to. Because the boys will try you. And
Yeah.
on the flip side, if it's a single father with those girls,
Let me get her.
get,
I got
No, you gonna
get here.
Not
I ain't gonna hurt your baby, but she gonna be a little bit more straight.
I ain't touching nobody's child.
I got my mom.
I ain't gonna hurt her. Because you know that eye roll that we do? This right here.
Mm-mm. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
with the
My God.
yeah.
Come here.
That's why I'm glad I ain't got no girls.
I'll
Two
pinch
boys.
you.
I ain't gonna pinch you. I'm gonna
It
get
looks
you.
like
in
we
front
have
of
a question.
You gonna get you?
No.
No.
Yeah, so I got a comment from Kenethia Barley. Every relationship is every relationship and dynamic is different. In my situation, I was given permission by the mom in the very beginning, and the mother and I have a great relationship. I've never physically disciplined them.
That means she trusts you out the gate. That woman's intuition.
Right. But that's co-parenting. That's
Right.
different. That's co-parenting. But you got some kids that
And every child don't need discipline like that.
True.
I guess it depends
some do
on.
though.
Now, hear me
Some
out.
do.
See, I have a toddler. They have them treacherous threes and trying twos and all that.
Yeah.
So for me,
The try
I
me
feel,
to.
yeah, the try me twos and the treacherous threes, they get real. That's when they start having opinions and they start talking to really make things clear and they like to try you.
Yeah.
So sometimes I have to remind myself that he only 3. Okay.
I
Because he talks like a grown man sometimes. Very articulate in a lot of situations. Sometimes he
Where
sounds
you got
30.
that from?
yeah.
True.
Okay.
So listen. I am not comfortable with my significant other physically disciplining my child yet. It does take time.
I agree.
All right. The fact that he's only 3, I need to make sure that he like actually understands why he's getting popped. Like, don't get me wrong. Now, kids are not dumb. They're not dumb. So yeah, some stuff he understands, but I need to know, and I need to also be 100% positive. Like, I'll bet my kidney, my left lung, and my right arm that he's not gonna go ham.
Yeah.
Right.
Now that I understand.
Right.
Also, that he's not going to, you know what I'm saying, take out his frustrations
On my child.
Now, don't get me wrong, my significant other has not demonstrated those issues
Right.
at all, but I have to make sure because I'm his
My
protector. That's my son.
Right,
so
that's your role.
I don't want him growing up feeling like, you know, my mom's let, you know, such and such put his
Beat
hands
me,
on me or
right.
whatever, or I just need to make sure he understands. And like you said, every kid don't need discipline, and it doesn't have to be too dramatic. So I want to make sure what I would dig in his behind, what I would go tap him for, you would go tap him for.
Right.
That we're
And
aligned.
nothing different. Right. We on one accord.
Right.
Right.
Now, when I know that for absolute sure,
Then you can.
because I know, because he's been here since he was 2, so I can understand. He's 3, he'll be 4 in August. Okay, so it's been over a year. Yeah. So right now it's about that time. However, like I said, when I know for sure, and also, you know, when we know that that's dating officially, then you got the juice.
Gotcha.
Does gender matter?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If
I
have
don't
a
want a
girl,
man
no.
putting his hands on my daughter. I can't.
Oh,
I can handle that.
No.
I'm a little funny about
I
that.
can handle that.
Yeah, I
I
got
don't think. Yeah, if it was if I had 2 females, I would not. And he wasn't the father. I don't think I would.
But them boys though,
The boys gonna have to be popped. They're gonna have to
I
get
got
touched.
2 boys, so I'm like, yeah, you know, go ahead, get your.
They're gonna have to get
No,
touched.
but-
I know.
Yeah, I mean, only because I'll say this much: I have great sons now, but my sons were challenging, you know, because as a single mom trying to raise your boys, my one son, I mean, he got attitude for days. Still, he grown and he'll pop off at the mouth, and I can't slap you the right way, you know,
The way
the way you need.
right.
Sometimes you need that extra.
That
You
is
need that.
true.
You need that. Right up against the wall, not
Yeah.
through the wall. We don't
I
want to.
agree.
We don't want to.
I don't know. Once you hit about 13 and you got like when you done hit puberty, you can go through a while.
Now, see, that's abuse. I don't want you to abuse them, but I don't want.
Let
This
me
is
do
my
it.
thing. I don't want to be abused in the household. That's my thing. I don't want to
Right,
feel like I'm
right.
being, as a single mom, like I'm under hostage of my kid. Like, and them boys, they get out there with them other little boys that ain't got no family members that care, and then they come back in the house like,
And they forget.
yo, nah, you ain't gonna be talking to me like that. Wait,
Whoa.
but a mama.
Wait a minute.
Right.
You.
Go back outside. Let's try that again. Go
Yeah,
outside.
I think we have a question
Shut it up.
or comment.
I just want to say this. I do agree with what you ladies are saying. It does, you know, I guess, depend on gender. But I do feel like it's almost like you're, like, in my instance, I'll just use me as an example. Just, like, I don't want to be a part-time parent.
Right.
I mean, I'm either going to be there or I'm not. So you taking that power away from me. If your kid acts up or whatever, and I got to run to you, and he's looking at me running to you.
So you feel
Hey, can I
undermined,
discipline him?
right?
Yeah, like
Well,
that's
I get
like
that.
kids.
Discipline though.
And
Like,
kids pick up on that, so and kids
Yeah,
use
and
that
they
to their
will play
advantage
games.
too.
well, they will.
I know I
take
did
advantage.
anyway.
Yeah, that is true. But I still think it's just like what. First of all, I don't think it's a part-time parent because I just feel like my significant other. It's been like almost what 6 years, 5, 6 years, 7 years, or whatever. It's been a long time. And still, if you hit my son, I want to know why, and I'm gonna feel some type of way. And I don't think he feels like, oh, because I can't like go ham or because I can't hit him when I want or discipline him when I want, I'm a part-time parent. I think he understands and respects that, you know, that boundary because at the end of the day, that's my child. I mean, and we share a child together too. So, and even if he hits my child that we got together,
Wait.
I feel some type of way. It's my
Wait.
baby. Don't be hitting my
Wait.
kids.
Y'all have a child together, but he's not allowed to discipline?
Yeah, we got a child together. I got two.
But he's not allowed to discipline
Both
effectively?
of my kids, because for me, again, I'm not the type that I'm going to go ham on my children. Like, I wasn't raised
It's not
like
about
that.
going ham, but
Right,
a
well,
man
I
has
mean,
to still be the man
That
of his
strong
household with
conversation
his-
is important.
Right.
Yeah, a strong conversation is fine. I
Yeah,
love
it-
strong conversations.
I like that
But they
baritone
got to go
voice.
Yeah.
Because my voice, you can't take me serious.
No.
Like
Right.
I'm trying to master that I.
They
that
laugh.
that.
They laugh.
But my voice, my son
They
is
laugh.
like,
Mhm.
Right, they
Like,
laugh. Yeah, my kids laugh right at me. So I mean, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I just don't want them to hit a
Well,
lot.
I think that chime time topic was a very great topic. But what I
Yes.
want you all to do, listen, we have, again, this is an interactive audience. Please chime in with us. Even after the show goes out, we want to hear your feedback.
Right.
What do you think about someone else disciplining your children? All right, we're going to move right along. It looks like we have our artist spotlight, and we're going to have our interview. Are we ready, ladies?
Ready.
Okay, so trending in the Triad, we want you to help us welcome Mr. Bandana Bob.
Where is he at? Is he coming? Where is he?
at?
Who-
He got on a bandana.
Oh.
He might be burning. Hey.
All right.
Oh my God, what's going on? Hey.
I'm used to being on the news and not nobody talk so for y'all.
Well, welcome.
Oh.
Let me bless you.
First of all, welcome to Trending in the Triad. How you doing today?
I'm fine.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you that is the crazy mic. We're going to pass that one on down. We're going to play Switch.
Because we already talked about this.
That, we did.
And she
All right,
gave-
cool.
She gave me the bad mic.
I didn't see. Look.
Rude.
That's all right. Welcome once again to Trending in the Triad. Bandana, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do?
I'm an artist. I rap, but I write music. I love music. Kind of like my man had said earlier. I just love music. I love it with a passion. So short stories, whatever, movies, whatever, but mostly, rap.
Okay, absolutely. Now, I was reading your bio, and I must say that I was very intrigued by your bio because you actually have two, and you put your heart and soul into your bio. Tell us about what in your story inspires your music.
Everything. I think life in general should inspire you to be, whatever it is that you want to be, like, people that love to eat. I love to eat, but let's just say I got fat people in my family, so I don't mind saying fat because they don't mind being called fat. But the fat people in my family love to cook and they embrace it. So it's like you can't make fun of them because they're gonna be like, I bet you can't cook better than me. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like I love to eat some passion. I happen to gain weight. It's not my fault. My metabolism is higher than yours. So it is with like my life and music. Like I told one of my mentors the other day, like I had a little situation happen, and I was like, I don't know what I'd do without music. And he texted me back and he was like, well, thank God we ain't got to find out. Right. So, like my music is just a reflection of what I'm going through. What somebody, you might get cool, might get close, and you might tell me something about your life, but you don't do music. Right. And I can write about that. I had, God gave me that gift to be able to write about what you going through. Mm-hmm. And, I just think that's the music is timeless. When I'm dead, look at Michael Jackson. Like his music ain't gonna never die. Right. You feel me? So.
What's your favorite song right now that you've written?
That's a good question.
That's a great question. Mm-hmm. I don't think I could pick my favorite song. I'm hard on myself, so my favorite song is probably the last song that I did.
Okay. And what was that?
This song called My Thoughts.
Is that what you're performing today?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it today.
Okay, so then I'm not gonna ask you about that one. What I'm gonna ask you about is this. Going through your bio, because I was digging. I want to know who is Bandana?
Right,
Why is your name Bandana Bonds?
The bandana, of course, every country has a flag. Mm-hmm. And another word for a bandana is a flag. You know what I mean? So it's like, the bandana is just my representation of, where I'm from, what I represent. But, your bandana doesn't have to be red, it doesn't have to be blue. It's whatever. You feel it's your flag. You feel? So you take pride in your flag and where you come from. So, that's part of it. And then bonds comes from, believe only in the struggle. Like, that defines me. It's like for me, I can't really relate to somebody that's never been through nothing. Right. You feel me? So that's why I only believe in the struggle, because like even this building that we're in right now, it wasn't a building. Somebody came here with trees and said, I'm gonna build something. It was a struggle for them to do it. So, those are the kind of people that I believe in. Those are the kind of people that I'm always root for, because that one person that said they're gonna build a building, it was like 100 people that said, man, they tripping. There's some dirt, there's some trees, some cows that's been there for 1,000 years, and they talking about building a building. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, I only believe in the struggle. That's it.
Okay. Who are your musical influences?
Michael Jackson,
I could tell.
Prince. Far as rap go, you know, Jay-Z, Nas, definitely pop, definitely Scarface. Pop music, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Spice Girls.
So you have a diverse palette.
Yeah, I just like music. Like I don't care what. I remember when what was them dudes' name that came out, Gangnam Style, whatever they was. I remember when they came. Yeah, and then like my daughter, I got an 8-year-old daughter. Shout out to my daughter, I love you, Ariana. She be watching all this stuff on YouTube, and like sometimes I might walk in the house and like it'll catch me. I just be like, all right, yeah. You know what I mean? So it don't matter if I hear it and I like it. I definitely gospel music. I love gospel music.
Yes,
you know, because it's from the soul. So you know, shout out to Elvis too, even though he's really not from Memphis. But shout out to Elvis. I like Elvis too.
So you're from Memphis.
Most definitely North Memphis, Big Apple.
But you got that North Carolina swag too. So how does because you know it's a swag about the NC.
Right.
So how does all of that mix into your music? How do you fuse it in?
Well, like in my bio, my father was in the military. So
I'm part of the military too, so I understand.
Right. So I think North Carolina is like one of them states with a collective of people. It's kind of like New York. You know, you go to New York and you got all different types of people there. You know, North Carolina is like the same way. So, you know, I mean, it comes from that, but Memphis is going to be in me wherever I go. You feel me? It's just, you know, I came to North Carolina and ended up getting in some trouble. You know what I mean? Incarcerated and stuff like that. But I wouldn't change it for nothing. You know what I mean? The only thing that I always tell people, like, they say if you can go back and you can change, you know, going to prison and being locked up, you know, for murder, would you? And it was like the only thing that I would change about it is the effect that it had on my family.
Right.
You feel me? Because one thing that people don't understand, when you get locked up, you're not the only one doing time.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like it's a whole nother different effect that it plays on, you know, your mother, your father, if you have them, you know, your girlfriend, definitely your kids. You don't know that because, you know, you're the only one that's, you know, going through what you're going through in prison. But outside of prison, they doing time too, just in a different manner.
You're right. All right. So this is what I want you to do. I know you're getting ready to do your performance. I know that you have your management right here, and I'm gonna get her to go ahead and say a little something because she's just chilling. So, Miss Valinda.
Hey. Okay, guys. So shout out Dom Diva Entertainment. Okay.
Bird School.
Yeah, at Bird School Records. I personally work with Bandana Bonds, and he is actually the only artist that I work with, and that's really because of his story. If you look at his bio, and you can look at www.bandanabonds.com. If you go on there on his site, you'll see his bio. And you know the thing that stuck like out to me was that, you know, he did a long prison sentence, right? And through all of it, he was just so consistent and so determined. And I just never seen anybody in this craft with so much drive and just so ready to get it done by any means necessary. Because at the end of the day, he knew it was either one way or the other, you know what I mean, type of thing. You know what I mean?
Right. It ain't, it's it.
So,
that's the truth. Like, literally, like, almost every other day I wake up and somebody dead or they locked up, so.
And that's what's been going on in this area. Seriously.
Right.
So we're getting ready to wrap up this segment, but before we wrap up this segment, what I want you to do, I want you to speak to that next artist that's coming up.
Right.
And I want you to give a little bit of advice, because you talked about your mentor.
Right.
But I noticed in sharing your material, you have a lot of people following you too. So I want you to talk to that next artist that's coming up and just give them a little bit of quality feedback or quality thoughts.
You know, to all the up and coming artists, man, every day that you wake up, every day that you write a song or you paint a picture or, you know, if you do photography, whatever it is that you do, always believe that you can be just as good, if not better, than whoever it is that you look up to. You know, when I write my music, I don't, you know, like I said, I love Jay-Z. I be like, I get on the Jay-Z verse and kill him. You feel what I'm saying? And people might be like, oh, he tripping. Nah, like, that's how Mike did it, you know what I mean? That's how Jordan did it when he got on the court. Like, he drove to be better or as good as the next person. So, you know, never, you know, put yourself down just because, you know, this door might close or that door might close. Always remember, it's always going to be more people that don't like you and don't believe in you, you know, than people that do believe in you. But as long as you believe in yourself and you really have that drive and that discipline, and also invest in yourself too, because this music business is not cheap, none whatsoever. So if you're going to be cheap, then get cheap results, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and where can we follow you at? And do you have any big project, anything coming out that we can look out for real quick?
www.bandanabonds.com. That's my website. Also on Facebook at Bandana Bonds, Instagram at Bandana Bonds. My name is BANDANNABONDS. I know I spelled the bandana wrong, but it don't matter. It's like when I seen it and I wrote it, I was like, I like that. You feel me? So that's what it is. You feel me? On YouTube, man, everything Bandana Bonds. You know what I mean? So you know, we got some things coming up. Definitely go download my album, Hustling Like I'm Broke. It's everywhere. Live mixtapes, my mixtapes. I got the single Loaded the Remix featuring Moneybag Yo. Just a lot. Just follow me, man. You feel me? Like, I know this ain't really no show, but every show, if you ever hear my name at a show, come out, because I got a guaranteed money back. Like, I don't care how much money you spend to get in. I don't care if you spend $50 to get in the door. I always tell people before my show, if you don't like what you see out of me, I give you your money back and the gas money that it took for you to get there. You feel me? So
you stand by your product then, huh?
I love criticism.
Okay, I'm excited.
I'm like Dave Chappelle. Once you pay, you won't be back.
Exactly. I'm keeping it. Sorry. But anyway, listen, we are ready to see you set it off. Like, I just feel like, you know what, forget it. Let's go. Let's get it off.
And it's new music. Let's go.
We're leaving you alone. You handle your business. Y'all put your hands together once again for Mr. Bandana Bonds.
Get it.
Break out. I can't pay for that, but I can't afford it.
Yes, you can. You're giving people that money back.
Yeah. Shout out to Mia too. She always supported me. Come to Weave Doctors, man. Shout out to my auntie Tamia. Word up, she always supported me, man. So y'all come and get y'all hair done. I don't know what else they do, but just come in here and get your hair done. Shout out to my auntie Tamia. Hey, I love you.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm always ready.
You know what? While we working on the technical portion of it, what do you got coming up next? You got any shows coming up? Any way we can just come out and just check you out? When can we pull up on you next?
Like I said, follow all my social media sites, and that'll keep you updated. But I definitely got a lot of big things. Right now, this right here, what I got going on, Trinity Top, you feel me? This
Trinity
what I got
Triad. All right,
cool.
cool. Let's get it.
Remember the name, man. Bandana Bonds, man, aka Bands, LAF, man. This song right here called My Thoughts, man. This is how I be feeling. I just say whatever on my mind. Every day I wake up, I see my brother Bud face. Immediately I start crying. His daughter greets me with open arms every time she sees me, so it's like she mine. Wonder why the one we call God could let his mama feel his pain. Just a simple question. I ain't with the turn the other cheek shit. I catch that one that did it, I'ma get the bus. I know this verse might shake the heads of the elders, but I'm just speaking my thoughts. Plus the Bible say we made in his image anyway, so really this is his fault. But I ain't one to point the finger, unless it's the middle one. I got a lot of fuck you. Like fuck Trump, fuck Ronald, fuck Twat, bitch ass, and fuck Brooke Fry too. If a nigga try to book me for my watch, he can have it right after he finished getting shot. Now I ain't know what type of time I'm really on. I be meaning every line and every song. If I don't get signed, then it's back to robbing. Before rap, I was running niggas' pockets. I heard they be saying I be fucking niggas. I guess that's what happens when you don't really fuck with niggas. See, fucking with niggas got me in all kind of trouble. Now, my son made me all kind of rumble. Prison was seeing Charles and made me kind of rumble. Wasn't making with money, I had a kind of... Y'all gotta excuse me. Hey, run it back, because I can't. I'm sorry. Y'all gotta get the fullness of it. So I got to run it back, because they was playing the song the whole time and my beat never dropped. So we got to play it. It got to be done right. I'm sorry. I apologize, but it got to be done right. Because the beat ain't playing at all. Like, it never dropped. See?
Sweating bullets, they got intense.
I tried to work through it the whole time. Like, the beat never dropped for me. You need my phone, D.
Oh yeah.
It's what you do when it's like we family, so that's when I was able to just stop it. If it was a real show, I wouldn't have been able to stop it. That's how you know we family. It's not a blooper, people. I just want y'all to get the fullness of it.
Not at all. There we go.
You got it right. I think we gotta do something. I mean, it's like my thoughts. I really mean this. Every day I wake up, I see my brother Bud face. Immediately I start crying. This ain't it, but I'ma do it. His daughter greets me with open arms every time she sees me, so it's like she mine. I wonder why the one we call God could let his mama feel this pain. It's just a simple question. I ain't with the turn the other cheek shit. I catch the one that did it, I'ma get the bustin'. I know this verse might shake the hands of the elders, but I'm just speaking my thoughts. Plus the Bible say we made in his image anyway, so really this is his fault. But I ain't one to point the finger, unless it's the middle one. I got a lot of fuck you. Like fuck Trump, fuck Brown, or fuck twat bitch ass, and fuck Brooke Fry too. If a nigga try to book me for my watch, he can have it right after he begin shot. Now I know what type of time I'm really on. I be meaning every line in every song. If I don't get signed, then it's back to robbing. Before rap, I was running niggas' pockets. I heard they be saying I be fucking niggas. I guess that's what happens when you don't really fuck with niggas. Fucking with niggas got me in all kind of trouble. Not getting to see my son made me all kind of rumble. 10 years in the cell made me all kind of humble. Prison don't rehabilitate you, it only numbs you. Not getting to see my son made me want to rumble. Judge tried to give me tongues, but I had to humble. Working to the car, drawing to the wheel. Beat a nigga out of soup and here you getting killed. Beat a nigga out some bread in the street is cool. But fuck that nigga bitch and he gon' go and tell on you. Loud mouths always be the mushy ones. You ain't a killer, just another pussy with a gun. Videos got these young niggas misguided. Everybody tough till they catch their first body. Judge tell him no bond and he don't understand. No Percocets wearing off, it's time to be a man. Now that you gone, you find out who your partners is. In the room asking the DA what your options is. Whoa buddy, what happened to all that killer shit? Take drugs out, half of these niggas won't kill shit. Half the whole saying they won't gas is pill sick. Half the niggas saying they bang blood is former Crips. You gotta laugh now at these day and times. I catch the moments that they come and put them in my rhymes. Follow me, man. Bandana Bonds. Forgive me for messing up, man. You know, it's music, it's life. Hope y'all enjoyed yourself. If y'all didn't, please comment and say, he was whack. I'm not gonna be mad at you. Go get my album, man. Hustling Like I'm Broke, man. Everywhere. Download it.
Definitely not whack. Definitely not big up to you. Definitely. So, listen. You came back and you still came hard. So that's true artistry right there. Straight raw with it. So I understand why you wear that bandana now. Straight bonded, alright? We good? Y'all put your hands together once again for Mr. Bandana Bonds. And listen, we need you to follow him. We need you to make sure that you're checking everything that he's doing. Are y'all ready? We're going to go ahead and close out Trinity in the Triad. But we thank you so much for following us. And look forward to looking out with you next week. Are y'all ready to rock out with us next week? Bandana, I know you got something on the dome. Yeah, always. Go ahead. I'm gonna give you this mic back. You take us all the way out. Come on, rip that.
Go ahead.
Niggas hating, the feds watching. Niggas hating the reason the Fed watching. I'm confused about their gender, feel like I'm playing with Robins. I ain't sure if they gon' thug it today or put on some stockings. Everybody wanna be famous instead of rich. If the internet crashed today, then they'll be pissed. See, Snapchatting where I'm from will get you hit. Cause the bullets flying out of this hole will make you flip. Dominique Dawes with the pound, make you do cartwheels. Chopper turn your fade animated. Go see how Bart feel. Any plate around I'm eating. I like a large meal. Shoot your J's off of your feet. Now that's a tar heel.